I hope you guys are good. Just wanted to talk a little bit about okay, let me rephrase this. So essentially I made a video and I'm currently working on a series called The Lone King, which essentially talks about some principles you need to apply and be aware of, and a few tenets, and guidelines from the masculine perspective, especially if you're playing this game called life on earth as a man. I'm a man, so I can share my perspective. I've had a lot of experience. I've lived a lot of lives. I know what I'm talking about, so I can share my perspective. I'm not a woman, so I can't share that. I can't give a woman's perspective. I can only give what I think and what I observe in the simulation as a few things that I think would be beneficial to the modern woman, which I've done previously. So the last video I mentioned that relationships are not necessary, right? But I know how the world works and I know how the ego works and how it can manipulate people's minds, So I wanted to clarify something. This has nothing to do with the bastardization of the red pill concept or the stupid ideology called MGTOW and all this other stupid shit, So we're going to talk about that. And I'm also going to talk about the stupid ideology called feminism and how people that are in the manoswamp and feminism are essentially people that hate themselves, They don't hate men or hate women, they hate themselves. And I'm going to show you beyond all reasonable doubt, you know my shit, bro. And you will see that those ideologies are actually rooted in self-hatred, I'll also touch on Schopenhauer's work. I actually am a big fan of Schopenhauer. Full disclaimer, I love his work. He's a genius, His some of his writings were centuries ahead of time, but some of his ideas on women, I think, were flawed, and I will also show how he projected his own kind of hatred of the feminine aspect of himself and externalized it. Okay, so let's get into it. First things first. Oh, shouts to my bro MJ Connect. Shouts to my bro Fantasy Hill, wherever you are in the sim. Sending you maximum love and blessings, man. Keep going, young kings. Keep going. First things first. At this point in the game, you need to recognize a couple of things, There are only two sexes. Fuck what anybody says. There are only two sexes, Just like in magnets, there's only north and south, There's no other way, You are a reflection of that very thing because you are an electromagnetic being. I've expanded on this extensively. Go and watch a series on the sun. You see, you are that very thing, So in the very same way, it fractalizes itself in form, We call it masculine, feminine. We may as well name it north and south. It's the same thing, It doesn't actually make a difference. Now, in magnets, there is a concept called okay, so we know about the north and south. Okay, cool. Now think about this, right? The north is one pole, the south is another. When we break the magnet in half, we will find a south in the north and a north in the south. Is that clear? Let me say that one more time for those in the back. When I split the magnet down the middle, and separate the two poles, I'm not going to end up with two separate poles. I'm going to end up with two magnets. Is that clear? So in that understanding, you're going to realize that, okay, that means that the very idea of the poles, the two poles of the two sexes, that means that in each pole, there is a component of the other. I hope that's clear. So I hope you're seeing it. So then once I split that magnet into two, it becomes two magnets. And it will respond the same as if you still have a north and a south. Okay. So in your own lived experience, right, I'm going to show you other ways how you as a man or a woman have both aspects within you, We're going to talk about my favorite psychoanalyst, Carl Jung. I think he was one of one. And he wrote about the anima and the animus, So the anima in man is the unconscious feminine aspect of the man, which means that you as a man have a reflection within yourself. Yeah, it's psychological, which is female. So you have a female within you. Think of the magnet once again. You're a North Pole. If I split you in half, yeah, because we've been actually we've been fractalized to be here, yeah. So although we're expressing as separate poles, we have both aspects within ourselves. Think of yin and yang, yeah? Black and white, but within the black there's white, and within the white there's black. Okay, so the masculine has the anima, and the feminine has the animus, yeah? Which is the unconscious masculine aspect of a woman. So within each person, there's an energetic mirror of the opposite sex. Similar to magnets, yeah? You are electromagnetic, same, yeah? Cool. So this mirror acts as a bridge to inner wholeness. That's why you have to integrate your shadow, yeah? The unconscious aspects of yourself, your ego, and that includes your animal, your animus, yeah? To be whole. And that's why I advocate, okay? Cool. Now, think about this also in the biological sense. In biology, what do we have? We have males have the X and Y chromosome, females have the X and X, right? So males having both the masculine, which is the Y, and the feminine X chromosome, you might think that, okay, yeah, that indicates that we are kind of like ultimately separate, but I'm going to show you something. Think of it, in the females, right? Even though it appears doubled, yeah, the X and X, they carry the genetic code of the X, which is the default biological template for both sexes. Do you understand? So within the north, there's a south, and within the south, there's a north. Okay? Cool. So again, let's push further in biology or physiology. Both men produce estrogen, yeah? Women produce testosterone, although it's in different ratios, but we do produce them. So as much as you think you're Mr. Masculine, fucking MGTOW, ultra fucking alpha, stupid, goofy, you produce estrogen, okay? And as much as you're Miss Feminist and you hate men and men are fucking stupid. Sidebar, actually, I saw a video of women being interviewed about if they were alone in the forest with a bear or a man, they would rather be with the bear. I just want to say this out loud and clear, that if you actually think that it's better for you to be alone in the woods with a bear, the word imbecilic and the word stupid was literally invented for you. Beyond you, there's no point of after you. We've hit the threshold. We've actually hit the boundary of human stupidity. We can't go any further past you, because if you think for 1 second that you actually being alone with a bear, do you know what? Let me get back to my shit. Anyway, so again, with so we've touched on the animus and anima, chromosomes and hormones, and even now we're going to talk about the sex, our sex organs, yeah, because all our sex organs start from the same embryonic tissue, so the same one fragments itself or splits itself, and it differentiates later based on hormone signals, yeah. So the clitoris and the penis, for example, they share the same origin point, yeah. So it's one thing fragmenting itself into two, but it's one thing, yeah. Yeah? Okay, cool. And within the one thing, within the two separate things, both elements exist, okay? Oneness. Don't forget that, okay? Cool. I mean, you can believe that you're a human being and you're alive and you're on earth and whoosh, you're having a human experience and your life is so important and all that other shit. That's fine. You do your thing, yeah? And you think that you're a man, and whatever a man even means, I don't even know, in the sense of like metaphysics, whatever. That's up to you. I'm talking to real people that use their brains. So we've covered the biological and physiological, psychological, and now we're going to talk about like the spiritual side of it. So in kind of like Eastern mysticism and Eastern spirituality, we've all seen the yin and yang. We know about what do you call the Kundalini energy, which is the two currents, yeah, the feminine and the feminine, which is the lunar, and the masculine, which is the solar, yeah, the Pingala, and they're like two currents that spiral up the spine, yeah. Both are needed for spiritual awakening. You can't have one without the other. It's two, yeah. So it's two, but it's one. Okay, cool. And even the principle of gender itself states that all things contain both aspects. Yeah. I'm just building the thing, so bear with me. Yeah. I haven't even gone into the realms. Let's just stay here for now. And okay, now we can even look at it from the emotional and behavioral standpoint. Yeah. So a man may be ultra masculine and he might lead with structure and logic and discipline, but he can still hold very deep compassion. Yeah. And he can have intuition. It's real. There are very intuitive men. There are very compassionate men. It exists. Those are men that actually have integrated their anima or expressing their anima. Fact. Okay, let's move on. A woman may also be very nurturing, very maternal, very intuitive, very emotional, very caring, all those soft things and lovey-dovey things, right? It's beauty, actually. And she may also at the same time possess immense willpower. Yeah. And she might also be very directional. She might even have structure and logic within her. She might even express it in the physical and even be a very competent fighter. Valentina Shevchenko is one example. Yeah. She's a female, but she's expressing her animus. Two things. Yeah. Or two components in one. Okay, cool. We can also think about it in terms of archetypes, yeah? If we look at some archetypes, we can go back to the East once again. Shiva and Shakti, they reside within every being, yeah, according to the Eastern mystics. We also see androgyny and spirituality, yeah? Some gods are depicted as both, masculine principle, feminine principle, even androgynous, right? Because it's essentially talking about the same thing, yeah? Just 3D humans have taken it too far, and okay, but that's the reality of it, yeah? So two aspects in the one. I have one magnet, north and south. I split it down the middle. I don't end up with one north and one south. I end up with two magnets, yeah? In the 3D, the same thing exists. We see it, like I've just said, in psychology, in biology, in spirituality, in emotions or behavioral aspects of us, in archetypes, and even we can even think of it in terms of like even like relational, yeah, and how we relate to each other. So in relationships, polarity may appear as one person holding more masculine or feminine in the moment, yeah, regardless of sex. So it's like I don't know how to explain this point. It's like you may have a couple, yeah, two aspects fused as one, yeah, but in the moment it's like it's a dance, yeah. The masculine can express compassion or intuition in that moment. The female can actually express some directionality, because they're actually doing the dance of the union. Okay, cool. So we've done the kind of physical 3D stuff. Now, most of you here are adepts and masters. You know the deal. You know that you're in a simulation. You're interacting with yourself. We can even go one step further and realize that you're actually the only one here. Not when I say here, I mean in your reality bubble. Yeah, dealing with your own projections and reflections. It's your life experience. It's your choice how you choose to experience it. This is a fact. It can't be reduced any further. Yeah, you don't have to take my word for it. There are paradoxes that have been written about this. So if we realize that we are interacting with the mirror, yeah, this is a simulation. Yeah, people talk about a matrix, all this stuff. Yeah, we're actually talking about it in the real things. Yeah. Now, if we're interacting with the mirror, and we've just covered that we have both elements in one, then anything that I see as external to me is merely a reflection of myself. True or false? True or false? Okay, so if that's the case, yeah, then anything I experience here, external, outside of me, is literally just a part of me. It's a projection or reflection from my own self. The one consciousness fragmented into a fucking infinite number of expressions. True or false? And the same applies to the anima or the animus that we see in the 3D reality, correct? because then it will stand to reason that even though you're playing this game as a man or a woman, you will see men and women in your reality. True or false? We will also see distortion because we actually are distorted because we don't actually know who we are. We've forgotten who we are. We've forgotten our essence. We've forgotten why we are here. So it's natural that we will see distortion around us. True or false? Okay. Now, let's think about this. Yeah. So when you have the manosphere, the manoswamp, and the feminists that are talking craziness, right? Yeah, we fucking hate men. Men are all fucking dangerous and they're all fucking toxic and they all want to rape them and they all want to kill them. It's fucking dumb. Do all this stupid shit. And the fucking men are going, wah, wah, wah. Women are fucking this. She left me for fucking richer guys. They're all fucking whores. Ah. Right? What are we seeing? What are we seeing? Because I posit, yeah, and this could be the framework for the thesis. Let's think about this, right? Essentially, the manoswamp and feminism. I need to find a really nice, witty way of saying that, dissing them somehow, but I can't. So I'll just go with feminism. So the manoswamp and the feminists, particularly in their more kind of extreme ideological expressions. I mean, most of them are extremists anyway. They're just basically they're angry at their own external projections of their unintegrated inner dynamics. Yeah. So they're angry at their own reflections, bro. They're screaming at a mirror. I mean, it's ironic because they're looking at their phones, yeah, which are black mirrors, and they're just screaming and shouting at them, talking about how men are this or how women are that, right? So it's essentially, it represents an actual refusal, yeah, to confront and reconcile the anima or the animus within. They stood in front of a mirror, shouting, screaming, externalizing, yeah. Because it's not them. I've just demonstrated to you on so many fronts how you being one expression, whether it's north or south, masculine or feminine, have both aspects, right? So if you're angry at an external projection of what's within you, what are you angry at? Tell me, I'll wait. So misogyny, really, and the fucking feminists, is basically displaced in a conflict. They're mad at themselves. They hate themselves. Yeah. All these extremists actually hate themselves because whatever they're screaming at lives within them. Remember, the world only appears to you how you perceive it based on your beliefs. Yeah. And your state of awareness. True or false? So whatever you're seeing is you. Let me say that one more time. The world reflects back to you your own state of awareness, yeah? And your core beliefs, what you believe to be real. Do you understand? So whatever you're seeing is a reflection of you, because we can both look at the same thing and see totally different things because maybe my level of awareness is different to yours. Do you understand? Okay, so that in itself kind of answers the question. But here I want to talk about Schopenhauer slightly, yeah? So, although, like I've said it, I really like his work, yeah? I think he's very, very intelligent. He was a genius. But he viewed women in a very strange way, right? Which is basically, it's almost like a forerunner to the bastardized red pill concept, right? These manosphere people and fucking MGTOW and all the stupid stuff. They viewed women as like, he viewed women as like cunning, irrational and manipulative, right? And, almost viewing them as like children, yeah? And their only purpose was for reproduction. These are not my words. You go read the stuff, is there. And this pessimism and kind of like distrust for women, and even to a point, he even like had a very strange view on life itself, right? From like a kind of psychoanalytical standpoint, yeah, if we're looking at it from the perspective of, having the anima and animus, then it's very likely that Schopenhauer himself was at war with his anima. He was at war with himself. the feminine within. So his contempt really, became a projection of his own unresolved emotional shadow. Yeah, that's just a fancy way of me telling you that he's actually just arguing with himself in a mirror, in front of a mirror. So maybe he had, I don't know, I'm just speculating here, but maybe he had a fear of vulnerability or intuition or emotional depth, or maybe he had a wound that had been inflicted by a female, something that he hadn't integrated and transmuted into something else. So therefore, due to this lack of integration, he externalized that thing outside of himself. We've just established, that whatever there's two within one, let's keep it simple. There's two within one, both exist in one, both exist in one, both exist because we're one thing. Now, in that understanding, whatever you externalize is you, okay? So, in the same way, when you look at the manosphere, the red pill, and it's funny, sidebar, it's funny because actually, in this 3D game called life, right? There is a concept called the red pill, which we got from the Matrix. Everybody knows about this, right? Which was a pill or a metaphoric thing, access point into higher levels of awareness, right? In fact, when they called them the red pills, there were people that had a higher state of awareness. They would come into the simulation and they saw beyond, above, far more than the actual people within the game, right? That concept has now been bastardized to refer to men that don't like women. Do you see how the game works? Okay, I'll leave that there. But now, when you think about the red pill and the MGTOW ideologies, right? They demonize women as like hypergamous, deceitful, and not to be trusted, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And again, this reveals an unhealed wound within the masculine, men who feel like maybe unseen or unloved or rejected, and they project that pain onto women as a group. But here's the thing. If they had given themselves those very things, they wouldn't actually have the need to project it outside. The woman didn't see you. Okay, cool. I see myself. I validate myself. She didn't love you. She chose somebody else. Cool. I love myself. That's cool. That's fine. Like, what's the big deal? Like, what's the big deal? And here's another thing I'm going to say. It's going to sound a bit crass, but I'm going to say it. It doesn't matter what she looks like, bro. Bro, fuck her 30 times, The illusion wears off. So where's this pain coming from? Because you are addicted to an image. You are a covert narcissist yourself. Do you understand? Like, I'm telling you the real shit, bro. One day you see what I'm saying, bro. But this is literal facts I'm telling you. Do you understand? So why is it the fact? Okay. Let's place 5 girls, and let's say this guy, the pretty one by society standards, quote unquote, turns him down. That will burn him. But let's say there's a girl that's quote unquote ugly or big or fat or whatever by society standards, right? An ugly girl turns him down. He won't feel no way, right? What's the difference between those two? The difference between those two is the image. Is the reflected image. Bro, it is the reflected image. Shut the fuck up. I don't want to hear it. It's a fact. Do you understand? Because most men, and this is actually a truth. So if you're a man, you're listening to this shit, bro, apply this shit, bro, because this is wisdom. Most men, you ask them, bro, what's your ideal girl gonna look like? Or describe to me your ideal girl. 99.9999999, probably 100% of men will tell me they'll start with the physical. Oh, she's got to have big boobs or big this, or she's got this, or a pretty girl. I like pretty girls. It's always physical, which tells me what? That they are addicted to the image. That's why you're so easy to manipulate. Do you understand? How many men are going to start? Tell me your requirements for the chick, your ideal girl. I'm going to start by saying, I want someone who's fully integrated as shadow. Somebody that has no ego. Somebody who is pure essence, integrated all aspects of her shadow, including her animus. Who's going to start that with the first, requirement? Nobody. So where are you at in the game, bro? Check yourself. Anyway, let me go back. So back to the manosphere. So really, the manosphere people and the manoswamp people, yeah, they feel abandoned by their inner feminine, yeah, the reflection that they see on the outside, because they've idealized an image, yeah. They feel like that thing is the thing that can give them love. That's the thing that can make them feel seen. That's the thing that can make them feel wanted and appreciated. You're no different to a child, bro. Give yourself those things and none of those things will matter to you, bro. These are facts. Do you understand? So all these guys are moaning about, oh, she left me. Oh, all women are hypergamous. They're monkey branching. They're this. Oh, they all go diggers. Let's all go and fucking hang around the woods and lift some weights. Oh, let's bum each other. Bro, it's all some fucking weird shit, bro. It's not masculine at all, bro. Because you haven't integrated your fucking anima. These are facts. Bro, if you can argue the point, come. Do you understand? Now, let's look at the feminists now, yeah? They reject the animus. They reject the animus, yeah? They reject a whole aspect of their own selves, yeah? These fucking, they frame masculinity as some fucking toxic, oppressive, or violent thing. But the very same people would want the masculine to act in the 3D sense. Like if something happens to them, they'll want male police officers to be there. They'll want male fucking security or male fucking military or whatever to come and protect them, blah, blah, blah. Do you understand? So it's like it's almost like a weird, it's a dissonance. It's actually a mental illness, really, if you ask me. Like, they're not well. No, real life. How can you reject a part of yourself and then you still need it and still want it? You still know it's essential, but you reject it. It's dumb. It's dumb. It's like, I reject my leg. My leg is so fucking annoying, but you want to go to the shop and walk or go for a run. It's dumb. It's dumb. Let's stop. It's stupid. Do you understand? So, if we look at it in terms of psychology, yeah, the animus represents, you know, the woman's inner masculine, like I said, yeah? So, it represents logic, structure, agency, assertiveness, directionality, you know, leadership, all those masculine traits, right? Because there are traits that we have inherently, yeah? Go and watch my video, How the One Became Many, and you will understand archetypes and how we have these things. Nobody's better than the other. I've always said this. Now, when this aspect is not integrated, the traits are demonized, yeah? And demonized externally. They look at it outside of themselves. You know, oh, the patriarchy. Oh my God. Fucking dumb. You're disconnected from your own authority, bro. Give yourself that thing. Give yourself that validation. Give yourself the same shit. But the thing is, you have these conversations and the first thing you hear is the fucking pay gap. That's the first thing you're going to hear. Oh, they're not paying us fairly. Oh, men are suppressing us, blah, blah, blah. Look at the West. Look how far, bro, women are allowed to drive, vote, do all these things. Go to other parts of the world and compare. Let's compare things correctly. And then you see the truth. What are you talking about? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? And when I hear shit like, we don't need men, some dummies. If without a man, you wouldn't even be here. What the fuck are you talking about? You know, you'd rather be in the woods with a bear. You're so dumb. You're so dumb. I think once you cross that line, we enter another dimension altogether. Like, you literally are the definition of stupid and imbecilic, bro. A bear that would tear you to shreds with no fucking left or right, nothing. It will eat you whilst you're alive. You see, people don't actually know how bears interact. A bear will literally eat you whilst you're alive. You know that, right? You know it will literally eat your stomach. It will open your stomach and eat your guts whilst you are alive. Did you know that? So which... God. Anyway. But yeah. It's all self-hatred, yeah? And it's disguised as an ideology. But it's not. It's just self-hatred. They hate themselves, yeah? So if you actually dabble in those camps or you interact, fuck it all off. Yeah, fuck it off, yeah? Because those extremes, both of them, feminists and the manosphere or the manoswamp, they share the same things. They're speaking the same language, but in reverse, yeah? So they both want to control the other. They don't actually want connection. That's a fact, bro. They don't want fucking, they don't want it, bro. They don't want connection. You know, and both of them are fixated on betrayal or injustice or from the other. Yeah? Without integrating what that other represents within themselves. I've got a video that's coming up actually talking about betrayal, and you really understand where that betrayal even came from, and you see that it wasn't actually from the other. You understand? Because most of these people are not mature enough. They've not evolved enough, you know, so they have like an unwillingness basically to evolve through discomfort. So they go to war with the mirror. Bro, it's a fact. It's a fact. It's a fact, bro. They don't hate men or women. They basically hate what it reflects back to them. Again, what you see, the world you see is a reflection of your own inner states. The world you see is a reflection of you. If you think, all right, pause there, pause. We all know that when you are thinking about a yellow car, you're going to see yellow cars, correct? Yeah. When you're thinking about a ladder, yeah, Neville Goddard told you, when you're thinking about a ladder, you will see a ladder, right? So basically, whatever you see in the 3D world is a reflection, it's projected from you. That yellow car didn't come from nowhere. You projected it into reality. Because why? You are God having a human experience. You literally create. How many times am I going to say this shit? One day you see it, you'd be like, he said it, oh, he said it. We thought he was playing now, but he said it. One day understanding will work. You understand me? So the solution is really not opposition, because that's just stupid, goofy shit. Bro, let me shut the doors, a bit chilly. Ooh. UK fucking spring or summer, I don't even know what the fuck it is doing. It's doing some stupid shit. Let me shut the other door. Hold on. Yeah, so like I said, the what do you call it? The solution is not opposition. Yeah, we're not supposed to fight the mirror. If you see a person fighting a mirror, you will know that they have a mental illness, right? So in the same way, these feminists and, you know, red pill, anti-women fucking factions and all this stupid stuff, they're all living in ego. They've got mental illness. They're screaming at a mirror. It's dumb. Yeah, just walk on by. Leave them to it. Yeah, because the actual key here is integration. Yeah, you know, Carl Jung talks about individuation, and I really recommend that both, like, all of you go and, like, regardless of sex, yeah, both sexes, whatever, go and read, you know, Carl Jung's work on individuation and understand these concepts. Yeah, if you don't, if you can't grasp it from a metaphysical standpoint, that's fine. Go and do it in a 3D psychology type level, because either way you still get there, because it's all about integration. Yeah. Okay, cool. So with individuation or integrating the shadow, from a metaphysical standpoint, the key is recognizing and harmonizing the inner masculine and feminine, yeah, because it's part of you. You know, whatever's within them is within you. That's why you're seeing it. So then, if you think that, you know, all these women are whores, it's because you actually are a whore. You know, I used to, bro, there was a time when I used to think, yeah, and I used to think, yeah, bro, like, I've been hoeing. So of course it's gonna come across that way to me. It's dumb. So stop it. And once you stop it, you see that, yeah, it's not actually them. It's your projection onto them. Do you understand? So, yeah, you need to harmonize these things. You know, the enemy is not the opposite sex, bro. It's part of you. How are you going to war with your leg or your arm? It's dumb. Or your fucking lungs or some shit, you know. The enemy really is the unclaimed and unintegrated aspects of ourselves that we have to learn to love, heal, and integrate. Yeah, and those are the parts of ourselves that the ego constantly uses against us. Do you understand? Because we haven't learned to recognize, you know, what's actually happening, and we're playing some stupid game thinking it's outside of us. Nothing's happening outside of you, bro. No thing is happening outside of you. Whatever you see outside is a reflection of your own state of mind, bro. You're happy, you're going to see happiness around you. So then what do you think is happening? Are you not walking in your own mind? The fuck? You know, think of it this way. God is wearing a VR set playing the game as you. So where is God? God is not in the VR set, is he? He's in his own mind. You get it? Yeah, bruh. So when I say that the Lone King walks without a queen, or he walks alone, yeah, you know, I'm not advocating any of this stupid stuff, yeah. Full, like, yeah, 100%. I'm letting it be known, yeah. It's a very important distinction here, yeah. So walking alone doesn't mean that you're rejecting union. In fact, it means that you're just refusing, yeah, to seek completion in a reflection, yeah. That's exactly what I was telling you. Don't chase, yeah. Become, just stand in your essence. Be valuable, yeah. You exist because chaos exists, okay. You have a bigger purpose than your fucking penis and fucking having a woman in your bed every night. That's a bullshit side quest. You have a bigger purpose than that. Imagine coming all the way here and you think that the fucking be all and end all of your life is just having a woman in your bed or by your side. Bro, you are dumb. I don't give a fuck. Like, how you gonna fucking lay a man down because of a girl? Or how you fucking gonna be crying because a girl left you? How you gonna be chasing a girl because she doesn't want to be... Yo. You are fucking not using your brain. It's a mental illness. You're crazy. You're not fucking well in the head. It's a fucking woman. You have a bigger purpose than that, bro. Anyway, one day you understand. So when I say walking alone, it's not out of bitterness, yeah? It's out of sovereignty, yeah? There's no part of me that's bitter towards any fucking woman, bro. I told you, I've done it all. I've seen it all. I've done it all, yeah? And I'm telling you that there's no point, yeah? You don't need to be bitter. Just stand firm in your essence. If it's union you seek, you'll get it. If you want to go on a side quest, you just put it on a back burner, yeah? And just focus on being, like, standing in your essence, being fucking, you know, following your purpose, being the expression that consciousness or God wanted you to be, yeah? Just you do that for now, because in the meantime, what are you doing any fucking way? Yeah? Just do that. Just do that, and I promise you, if it's union you seek, you come back and tell me. You understand? You have to also understand that no woman, yeah, lover or external bond can heal what you haven't faced in yourself, bro. Do you understand? Trust me. Nobody can replace it. Like I told you in a previous video, it's a hole, yeah? It's a gaping wound, yeah? You think you're going to find this person, you're going to complete, you know, oh my God, I'm going to have so much fun. Oh. You're going to take selfies and post it online, right? Goofy shit, narcissism. Narcissists playing narcissist games. Because true union doesn't care for none of that shit, because you know that they can't complete you anyway. You are complete because you are where? On your purpose. Because that's what you came here to do. That is what will give you completion. The fuck? Think about this, bro. Because the purpose is what you can complete. You can't complete the fucking relationship, can you? Like I told you before, she drops dead next week, then what? You haven't evolved. Do you understand? It's some child's play. You understand me? So, if union does occur, it'll be a beautiful thing between two sovereigns, a king and a queen. Fully integrated, no time for bullshit. Level the fuck up. There's no deceit, there's no deception, because you faced all those things. You are deceptive. Why? Yeah, because you think that love will go away. Alright, let me use my own self as an example. Bro, I used to fucking have multiple girls on the go, all that other stupid shit, yeah? And when I actually faced my shadow, I realized that, oh my God, like, because part of me kind of thinks that, I don't chase women, I don't do it, but part of me thinks that, what if that one goes? If she goes and I leave, then that one's there, because I know that love always leaves. That was a program I had in myself. Yeah. So then it wasn't because, like, you know, philandering for the sake of philandering. No, it's not enjoyable anyway. It's a waste of energy and time and focus and all the rest of it. So it was like this inner wound, this thing, because I felt like love always comes and goes, because I had a wound from my own childhood about that. So once I integrated and gave myself that love, I found doing all that actually annoying. Like, why am I entertaining all these people just because no, it's stupid. Because I give myself the love. Do you understand? So find out that thing, find out where that wound is and heal yourself. Integrate it. Yeah? Because nobody can give it to you. It's all illusion anyway. Bro, you are literally speaking to an illusion right now. Or you're listening to an illusion right now. Bro, I'm not even... You there. You stand there. I'm not even here, bro. But I'm here at the same time. It's only because this illusion of time makes it feel like I'm here. I'm actually not here. I left here a long time ago. But then somehow I'm back. So really, and I shouldn't even be here. So what is this conversation actually? Do you understand? It's beyond the 3D, guys. So what I'm telling you is real and it's coming from a good place. Trust me. Yeah? And this applies to women too. Like, heal your fucking wounds, yeah? That loneliness, people always leaving, abandonment, oh my God, Heal those wounds. Give those things to yourself. You're there sleep, you're fucking, collecting DNA. Yeah? Like, what's all that, bro? You're destroying your own essence. Like, what the fuck? Like, it's not cool. You understand? All because why? You are looking outside of you for something you need to be given to yourself. Dumb. Anyway. So like I said, so if union does occur, it will happen between two sovereigns, yeah? Think of King of Sheba and fucking Solomon. Two powerful energies, fully integrated. When they connect, bro, that's literally the definition of wholeness. It's like when you're fully healed and whole, you see how you feel within yourself? It will be like that with another person, But most people are just obsessed with sex anyway, so let's call it what it is. So anyway, it's not that, that's the truth, so you can't be a real king if you're looking for a queen to save you, bro. What kind of king does that? And you can't be a queen if you're looking for a king to validate you. Because what kind of queen are you? Do you understand? Let's aspire to get to the point where love becomes a meeting of wholeness. Yeah. So you need to become that. Because remember, whatever you see in the reality is your own inner state of mind. So if you become whole, what do you think you're going to see? Oh, men are this. Oh, men are this. I meet them. And I meet women and they're all like this. It's not women, it's you. It's not men, it's you. You are the problem. If nobody's told you because they all want to fucking mollycoddle you and fucking stroke your ego. Me, I don't do ego stroking, bro. I'll tell you like it is. It's you. You understand? So obviously, naturally, we'll segue into polygamy. Because everybody's like, yeah, well, polygamy, obviously. Cool. Now, let's look at polygamy through the eyes okay, sidebar. I actually believed in polygamy for a long time. I actually thought, yeah, of course, there's so many aspects to yourself. From my perspective, I used to think, there's so many perspectives to myself, yeah? And it felt like one person couldn't get all of me. I'm just being 1,000,000%. Bro, you know how I do, bro? I felt like no one girl could fully actually get me how I am fully. Yeah, so then I used to be a big advocate for polygamy. I'm just keeping it 10,000. But when you actually reach wholeness, or you are aspiring, or you're on the journey to wholeness, yeah, and you're integrating and you're on the journey to sovereignty, you're reclaiming your crown. We are all fucking sovereign here, bro. You realize that polygamy can reflect one of two things. It can actually be fully fragmentation or living in the ego disguised as kind of like a weird kind of sovereignty, or it could actually reflect on the other side as an amplified form of true wholeness and sovereignty. Let me explain. So when you think about it in terms of let's call it, say, conscious polygamy, yeah, then you can think of it in a sense that a very sovereign man, yeah, or sovereign king who walks fully in his purpose may attract multiple partners, not to complete him, but because each reflects an aspect of his creative force, energy, or mission. Yeah. So let's go back to the example I gave you with the men being you are the thing. You are the thing that exists because of chaos. Yeah. You actually bring value. You are the value, right? So let's say you're a very valuable shield, or a very valuable sword, or a very valuable something. Yeah. It's more likely that everybody will want to use you. Correct? It's a fact. Now, when I say that, it's not because, like trying to justify this. Listen to what I'm trying to tell you. So it's like, in the same way I said, it's not to complete him. The thing is complete in itself. Do you understand? But naturally, because he's the thing, like I said, he walks in his purpose fully. So he may attract multiple people that want to actually benefit from the value of that energy being so dedicated to his purpose and mission in life. Because that in itself makes that value, it attracts people. It's natural. Yeah, it's natural. Bro, don't take my word for it, yeah? Chris Brown, these celebrities, yeah? Bro, there's women that are in full relationships, marriages, that will go there and throw themselves at them. Why? Why, bro? If their purpose is music or entertaining or whatever, and you're fully in that, locked in that mode, what? Exactly. So it's not like polygamy for the sake of it, because it's not, the focus is not looking behind to the women or the people that like want to be attached to him. The focus is on his purpose, his goal, and his mission. He's become so valuable in the face of chaos that he literally just attracts women. We've seen it all through, bro, since time began. I can reel off names. It's a fact. Do you understand? So when it happens that way, it's not, there is no dependency. There's only alignment. They are aligned with his purpose. They are aligned with the mission. Do you get it? That man is not collecting women for ego, bro. But each connection is intentional. It's purposeful and it's clear. Do you know how many Fela Kuti had in Nigeria? And in that case, the women, they are not concubines. Yeah, think of it this way. They are not concubines. Yeah, they are conscious reflections of the man's own multiplicity. Yeah, they mirror different aspects of his essence. Again, he's so valuable in the face of chaos. He's that thing. Yeah, he's regal. He's the sovereign. Yeah, he has dominion over so much. So naturally, he will attract women. It's a fact. So think of it like a king with like multiple advisors or councils. Yeah, not because he needs more, but because his vision is so vast. Like it's so immense. His vision is so huge that it's like, it's not even like polygamy. It's not even, there's no lust. It's stewardship. Yeah. There's this aspect, or this female because they're doing this, and there's that female because they're doing that. Expansion. And bear in mind, because he's whole, he will attract only whole women. All right, cool. But the wrong version of polygamy is the egoic polygamy, which is what people advocate even before they've actually done the work, which is for, people having multiple women to fill a void, or to feed an insecurity, or to escape like emotional depth, or facing themselves, or like, they don't want, like, they can't face monogamy, or, it just becomes like a distraction. Yeah. He's collecting bodies. Yeah. Like, he's not building a legacy. He's just collecting bodies, right? This is basically the red pill, quote unquote, or the MGTOW with options. It's not a kingdom. Yeah. Now think about it. Symbolically, yeah, polygamy can also be seen as a metaphor. So each woman, yeah, i.e. a reflection of the king's inner world, yeah, his archetypes, his shadows, and his lights, yeah. The more he integrates, the fewer external wives he needs. Do you understand what I'm saying now about the fact that I don't actually advocate it anymore? Because it makes no sense. You're whole. It actually feels like a distraction. Like it feels like a siphoning of your own energy. Because when you fully become integrated, yeah, and you're on the journey towards integration, you become capable of like immense monogamy, because your energy is so valuable. You're so whole. It's like, what's the point of having all these women? No, I don't want that. Because whatever they can give me, I give to myself. Yeah? So go back to the king with the counsels. I don't need counsels. I'm whole. I can counsel myself. Do you understand? And you even get to the point where you transcend it and you can even become celibate. Do you understand? And it's not because of lack. Come on, bro. It's not because of lack. But it's from completion. Do you understand? So do away with the obsession with sex, bro. And see relationships for what they are. So ultimately, polygamy is not the problem, but your intention behind it is. Do you understand? So yeah, bro, that just summarizes the whole thing. I need to eat some food now. I'm hungry. I came back from the gym and I was like, yeah, I gotta get this out of my head. But yeah, I'll do this and I'll send you guys. I did a really cool talk on betrayal as well, so you can understand the concept behind it from a metaphysical standpoint. And it's a good one. So yeah, so kings, focus on your essence, focus on the purpose, yeah? Don't worry about all the other distractions. Keep going for it. You understand? If it's union you seek, it will come, yeah? You don't need polygamy, you don't need 100 women, it's just distraction, yeah? Just side quests, yeah? Focus, focus, focus. Women, same applies to you. You know? I can't understand, I haven't lived the female experience, I can only discuss it from the external. But again, you should also focus on integration. Whatever it is you're seeking in another, give it to yourself. And you realize that, you know, it's pointless doing all this stupid shit, yeah? And if it's union you seek, truly, it'll come. It'll come in the best way you can imagine, alright? So keep the fires burnt, keep the fucking fires lit, bro. Keep the fires blazing, bro. It's realness, alright? So, again, yeah, do the work, alright? It's a lifelong work, but if the more you lift now, yeah, I always tell you about heavy lifting, the more you lift now, the lighter it becomes. Alright, so just keep doing, I keep building. And yeah, man, maximum love to all of you, man. My Jedi gang, all of you, man. I see all of you, I fuck with all of you heavy, you know the deal. So yeah, man, have good weekends wherever you are in the sim, or if you think you live on Earth, whatever. But I'll catch you on the other side, alright? Peace.